And welcome back to the Triple Cross podcast. Post All-Star Weekend, we're ready to talk NBA hoops, ready to get back to the regular season, ready to talk about the All-Star Weekend and like what can we do here, because this is just, it's awful. We're going to do some giveaways. We got a kind of a fun one. If you were with us last time, you know we drafted our own All-Star teams, which, you know, they probably should have just listened to us. But and we're gonna simulate the game. We're gonna do some giveaways. The way you win the giveaway is you first have to like the video, and then I'm gonna give you further instructions when we return from our intro. Coming right up.
The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
All right. What's up? Casey, here with Jared. How you boys doing? Casey, how you doing over there on the screen?
Doing all right, man. Can't complain. Looking forward to this episode, and yeah, man, maybe giving away some stuff if we get some commenters in here.
Giving away some things. Jared, how are you? How's your week been since we've last met?
It's been great, filled with basketball, so I can't complain.
Lots of hoops. Yep.
It's
a good time. All right. So here's the deal. If you were here last time, you saw. If you weren't here last time, it's okay. I'll pull this up and show you our draft board. Unless, Casey, do you have the draft board?
You can go ahead and
I got you. All right. So I'll show you our draft board. So last time on the pod, we drafted our own All-Star squads. Jared was Team LeBron. I was Team Giannis. We drafted it up, and I thought about this, and I was like, hey, you know what we should do is like I should just find the scores, you know, from the game, like find like the point totals. I should add up the point totals, and I should see who won. That would not have been a fun game because I would have won like 200 to 50.
We'll forget about that.
I had Tatum. I had Brown. I had Donovan Mitchell. You had Dame. He was your only redeeming quality. And Casey, I do owe you an apology because you drafted Jaylen Brown for me instead of Damian Lillard. And if we were to go by the scoring method that I just said, Jaylen Brown actually outscored Damian Lillard.
That's true.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, and here's what I need y'all to do in the comments. If you want to win something, you got to like the video. We're going to do NBA Shop gift cards today as usual. You got to like the video. And we actually simulated this game on 2K. Casey was nice enough to simulate the game on 2K for us. So this is what you got to do. I'm going to pull the draft board back up one more time. You got to get in the comments and guess who won, Team LeBron / Jared or Team Giannis / John, and what was the final score. 6-minute quarters, right? Standard 6-minute quarters, Casey?
Yes, 6 minute. It was just stock. The settings on 2K. Everything is stock. It is the newest version of 2K. All the players are their
standard
current,
6. Yep.
Their
all
current version
players.
of the players too.
So after you've liked the video, if you want to win an NBA Shop gift card, hop in the comments right now. Look at these two teams. You got John in column B right here, Team Giannis, and Jared, and tell us which team you think won and what the final score was. And if in the event of a tiebreaker, whoever has the closer final score will be the winner of our first gift card today. We are giving away gift cards every 10 likes on the video, so make sure you smash the like button on the video first. But hop in the comments, let us know. We're going to give everybody a minute to do that. You know, because sometimes people are a little bit behind. Abby, heads up. Okay, so this is a great Abby. These are 6-minute quarters, remember. Okay, so that's way too high. That's way too high for 6-minute quarters. All right, so remember it's 6-minute quarters, not what do they have? 12-minute quarters in the actual All-Star game. Okay, so yes. Okay, while we get into that, we let people get in the comments, get their guesses in. Give me your thoughts on All-Star Weekend before I mean, obviously there was bias in the title of the video. Mm-hmm. And if you guys have already got your guesses in, give me your thoughts on All-Star Weekend too in the chat, because I just feel like you go. I will not jade you with my opinion.
I'd say disappointing and underwhelming. It gets worse every year.
I mean, that's exactly what I was just going to say. I feel like it gets worse every year.
For sure.
Jaylen Brown said it was a glorified layup line. Mike Malone, the coach of the West, well, one of the two, there's no West anymore, but one of the two coaches said that was, what did he say? That was like
the worst basketball game.
That was the worst basketball game I've ever seen in my life. That's
awful.
That's like harsh.
Is there an all-star game of professional sports that is actually good? I think this is a problem that every league has.
So this is, yes, it is a problem every league has. However, I went back and watched the 1993 All-Star Game, which was the last time it was in Salt Lake. Because I'm like, oh, that's an interesting snapshot. It's been roughly 30. It's been around the league, right? It's been roughly 30 years. Like, what did the All-Star Game look like then? And it was certainly lots of scoring, and it wasn't like they weren't playing lockdown defense by any means, and they were doing fun stuff, you know, like they're trying to do cool stuff, but it wasn't like this, right? Like it wasn't just like they at least played some dummy defense. You know what I mean? Like these guys weren't even playing dummy; they were just standing there.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, you want to noop? You want to noop?" Except for the one time LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron blocked Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the post game was like, nobody was playing defense, and all of a sudden I go up for a dunk and he decides to block me. I think he said, "I got something for him next time," though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but it was better. Like there was some defense. There was like you couldn't just like, you know, Shaq couldn't go down there and like dribble between his legs and like he would have got stolen. And it's been progressively like that, right? If you remember the ones with like Kobe and LeBron, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of offense. It was fun. Nobody's trying to get hurt, but it was better. They played some defense.
And end of the game, it was D up.
Yeah, it was at least hands up defense.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody's leaving the ground to try and block shots or anything. Why do you think it keeps? So I guess this is the better question. Not why is it bad? Because why is it bad is there's just no incentive for anyone to play hard.
For sure.
Why does it keep getting worse, do you think?
Well, I have a theory. Okay. Because you look in the NBA, take the regular season, for example, load management is getting worse, all these different kind of issues. I think it's the same, whether it's just like they worry that they're going to get hurt or it's just lack of competitiveness. I don't know. But like it used to at least mean something. Like they didn't play deep at the end of the game. Even 2 years ago, remember they were D'ing up Braun when he hit that fadeaway, or was that last year? But like now there was just no sense of urgency. And I think load management and just a sense of entitlement has a lot to do with that.
Ooh. So do you think I mean, this is the thing that anybody probably over the age of about 35, and I'll throw Casey in that group because he has the same opinion about today's NBA players, I think.
Yeah.
By and large, if you compare generation to generation. Now, I do think Casey's favorite player of all time is from the current generation. But I mean, the common theme is what today's players are
soft.
They're soft. Do you think that's true? I mean, these are your peer, like they're your age.
Yeah. Honestly, overarching, yes. I still think you find tough players and you have guys who are tough. But yeah, tell me Ben Simmons sitting out and he's making up reason. I'm not trying to invalidate if he's having issues, but that's I can go on
like
a tangent.
How hard do we want to go on the mental health days thing?
I think it's less about the players themselves just being soft nowadays. I think the whole environment around the sport, the officiating, the league, you know, all this stuff has become, if you want to use the word soft, sure, that's fine. Yeah. But I would actually disagree. I think that the main reason why the All-Star game becomes less and less competitive, less like important to the players is there's just more to lose. I mean, players back in the 80s and 90s were not making, you know, these insane like tens of millions of dollars like they are now. And a potential injury is just like so costly for them. I don't get why, like in football, we have the same problem. Nobody wants to get hurt. And I think there's more injuries per capita in football, maybe. But they do it at the end of the season for all the teams before the Super Bowl that aren't included in the Super Bowl. I don't know why the other sports don't just do that. That would solve most of the problem, I think, in the NBA or in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In baseball, I think it's a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because it becomes a little bit of a home run derby. Because none of the pitchers really want to throw out their arms or anything like that.
Right, it works a little bit better.
Yeah, responding to some chat stuff here. Sterling Pierce is asking, how much an effect do you think the draft right before the game played into the boringness? I think they were trying to get something different, but it still felt stagnant. I will say this. Generally, I've actually kind of liked the drafting format, like the two captains drafting. I've kind of dug that rather than the East-West format. I don't know that I have a preference of like right before the game it was weird. Like, and JJ Redick was talking about this on his show, where it was like, it was very weird to do this like thing where they were like doing a draft and then there was like a Post Malone concert.
Yeah.
And then they're like coming out to play back. Like this was not basketball.
Weird.
Like how are in the players' defense, it's like they're doing their shoot arounds like 2 hours out, right? Like Luka comes on the court 50 minutes out. In a regular game. Joel Embiid comes in on the court an hour. It doesn't even show up on the court till that time. But we got to have a Post Malone concert. We got to have a draft, right? So I get it, right? They're not really ready to play the way that they would be normally. They're not really warm, but they're also not trying at all.
Yeah.
The players used to try, and this is the same thing. Let's get into the dunk contest even, because there was a time where Michael Jordan did the dunk contest. Kobe did the dunk contest. Now, it's not when they were in their prime and they were at the peak, like they were the top player in the league, right? Ja is past the point in his career where they were when they did the dunk contest, right? Like they never did it when they were as good as Ja. They did it when they were earlier on, but they did it. Like that was the whole thing. And then here you have Ja saying, I will never do it. Anthony Edwards during the game said, I would never do the dunk contest. And Mac McClung wins the dunk contest. He's not even an NBA player. He's a two-way player. And he's the most famous person there from social media. Like that was the freaking dregs of the league that we had in the dunk contest. And if not for Mac McClung, it would have been awful. Like we're just lucky that he happens to be, he's probably ultimately going to be like a YouTuber, not like an NBA player. Yeah. So like, we're kind of lucky that he happened to be good enough at actual basketball to be a two-way player and be in the dunk contest. But like, yeah, otherwise it would have been awful. So, but it's not like it's changed. It's not like the injury risk is higher now than it was for the other players. Yeah. It's not like they are going to get more hurt during the dunk contest now than they were before. I mean, I get it. Ja Morant only stands to lose by doing it. Right. Because if Mac McClung beats him, then everybody gives him crap for it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, it comes down to, I do think at least a little bit of it is the players are not as hungry. Yeah.
And I agree with Casey. I think you take the incentivize. The career, it was 109K to win. Those guys make that in a day. Yeah. Like for Ja, you got to up the incentive.
McClung made half of his salary for the year.
For guys like McClung, it's great. Yeah. But guys like Ja, there's no incentive.
Derrick Jones Jr. got a shoe contract out of it, you know? So it's like those guys who are scrapping, there's incentive for them.
For sure.
But yeah, for Ja, he only stands to lose. So I get why he's not doing it. Stepping out of basketball a little bit, this is a question I kind of have to ask you, because right now the people who we're talking about in the NBA would be counterparts of you. Like if you were good enough, Jared, to be an NBA player, you'd be a third year now, right? Like you'd probably be a third year. Some of these are guys that you played AAU with near around, right? At the same time as. Is there I feel like there's a generational thing, specifically, I would say with people maybe under the age of 25, Gen Z, whatever, where like there's like a word called, like they use the phrase try hard and it's like a bad thing. Yeah. Right. Where it's like they'd call like Michael Jordan a try hard. You know what I mean? Oh, he's such a try hard. Like it's bad. And I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan would be like, I don't care. You know, like it was just different. Like they didn't, previous generations didn't care about trying hard. Do you think it's a generational thing, period?
I think, honestly, a big thing to do with it is AAU basketball. As great as it can be, the AAU culture is guys team up, they join each other, and it's like, well, who cares if we lose? It's the money, you know, getting seen. But back in the day, it was just so competitive. You didn't see guys showing each other love. It was like, oh, I'm on the Celtics, you're on the Bulls, like, we're enemies. And I'm not saying that's right, but the competitiveness was just so high. And nowadays it's almost like everybody's friends with everybody's, which isn't a problem, but it is on the court.
Yeah.
Like, I don't love that cordial. Once you're on the
It's
court,
true.
you
Yeah,
gotta be
they played
enemies.
AAU together. They've been to 100 tournaments together
Yep.
before they even get into the league.
Yeah.
There's essentially, what would you say, 15 to 20 AAU programs in the country that essentially feed the NBA.
Oh, totally. All the
Right.
Nike and the Adidas shoe company.
80% of NBA players come from 15 to 20 AAU programs in the country. So yeah, I get you. All right, going through some chat things here. This is interesting. They should offer a free draft pick to the team for the player who wins All-Star MVP. That would be an interesting wrinkle. Okay.
Interesting.
Players don't want to become a TikTok meme.
What if that player were a free agent though? Like their contract.
If the player's a free agent, then
Does that
there's a whole other wrinkle then. Like,
right.
Who wants to get him? Cynthia, they're soft. They're not true athletes as we had in the 80s and 90s that love the game. They're more like celebrities than athletes. I'll say this. I actually think they're far more athletic.
For sure.
I think that here's the way people learn to play the game now, in my opinion. You tell me if this is true or not. I don't think NBA players come into the league understanding basketball at all. They know 50 different ways to score, or they're freak athletes, right? Like they've got insane measurables, or they know 50 different ways to score, and they've had a ton of one-on-one coaching where they've just been coached through like moves, counter moves, moves, progressions, right? And they know a lot of ways to score, and they just know, hey, if I can put up 20 a night in AAU and 20 a night in high school and 20 a night in college, then I'll get to the league, right? And that's all they've learned to do. They've never learned to think the game. But the game is faster. It's more athletic. It's more spaced. And so it's like they're trained in this way that they are very athletic and they're very skilled, but they're not as gritty and they're not as smart. That's my opinion. But again, this is how you were trained to play the game, right?
I think obviously every player, there's a mix, but like generally athletes nowadays in general in every sport are much better, much more skilled just because the game evolves. But I agree a lot. They do ride on athleticism until they get to the league. Let's take Giannis, for example. He came into the league. He was raw, no talent, but he had so much potential. So they worked with him. They taught him the game. That being said, I think there still are gurus. Look at Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, guys who are geniuses with the game.
You just said two guys who are not your age.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Okay.
Kyrie's still in his 20s at least.
Yeah.
But who else? LeBron, Chris Paul.
That's true.
Kevin Durant. Like, who thinks the game?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because people, a lot of
Mike
times
Conley.
that's why they need coaches. And because take AAU, for example.
LaMelo somehow learned to play the game.
LaMelo's smart.
I have heard that he's a different player than before he went overseas.
Yeah.
So maybe the overseas game developed him quite a bit.
Yeah. Which, again, overseas game has really good coaching. And guys that play for Coach K, some of these coaches. But a lot of these AU coaches, it's run 5 out and, get a bucket.
5 out DHOs, switch every screen.
Yeah.
No, everybody covers everybody because there's no true big man.
Exactly.
Everybody does a little bit of everything.
Yep.
And you just run and transition.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, we got to get 5 guys 15 to 20 points. So we need to score a lot.
Is that really what this comment is about, though? Just to back up Cynthia a little bit, I take this a different way completely because they're all athletes.
They're not true competitors, is what she's saying.
Well, either way, they're all athletes for sure. And I would even agree that they're more athletic, 1-to-1 compared to athletes from the older era. But how many NBA players from the older era were celebrities at all? Maybe won a team, probably not even really. And nowadays, all you have to do is like, oh, he's an NBA player. Like, oh, you're famous. Like,
this is a problem specific to the NBA too. It's not as much in other sports, but because there's so few of them, and because I think you can see their faces as well. Like, I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. That's the continuum that we're not really looking at it as. They're all celebrities. They didn't all used to be celebrities. They've all always been athletes. They might be better athletes now, but it's not like they weren't athletes back in the 90s, let's say. But they weren't celebrities for sure.
Yeah. And I think social media has a huge thing. It's a business now. It's a brand.
Yep.
They're way more aware of the money they can make.
I don't
think
Mac McClung even plays at Texas Tech if he weren't so big on social media.
Interesting.
He was good. He was good enough. But anyway, so burning through some of these other some of these other comments. What do you think of people saying they should play for home court advantage? I think they've tried that before. Yeah. Back when it was West versus East.
I can't remember, to be honest.
But who's going to care about that? It's only going to be teams that are contenders, that are going to care about it. And
they did that in baseball, at least.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone else said they did that in baseball. Right there, conference that win gets home court in the finals. Zion did say he'd do the dunk contest next year. Yeah, if Zion can ever get to the All-Star break, not busted up, then I bet it's going to be a great dunk contest, you know? But like, yeah, Shaden Sharp won't even do it. Like, what's Shaden Sharp got to lose? You know, oh, that's a score. Sorry. Josh said he just wanted to focus on his team, not himself. Maybe admirable reason. If you're throwing him some bail, if you're giving him benefit of the doubt, he just doesn't have anything to gain by winning it. Like if he doesn't get straight 50s on every dunk, then he's just going to get crap. Rising Stars format was interesting. Maybe like a big 3-on-3 tournament with the All-Stars. I would love like a ones, like a cutthroat format.
That's what I want.
But who would do it? You know what I mean? It'd be the same thing. I would love either a ones tournament, one-on-ones, or just a cutthroat king of the court, right? Someone else said horse. Horse would be kind of cool.
Yeah, they tried that in the pandemic. They did it at people's houses.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Abby likes the friendship, but definitely want it to be more competitive. Like I wish they'd at least act like they were rivals a little. And actually, you do have some of that this year with Ja and the Warriors and Anthony Edwards. Dude, I kind of dig Anthony Edwards calling out the load management.
Love
thing,
it.
You know, Zion won't be healthy enough. Yeah. Let the draft pick flow the way the athletes focuses. Yeah. And if you seem to USA played Spain and Kobe ran over Powell and let him know. Yeah, he's my friend, but it's my goal. Yeah, that's a good point, right? Like I'm fine with the friendship, but like we're wearing different jerseys.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's a great example.
Mike and Kobe used to be, because it used to be East versus West, so they were never on the same All-Star team. So it was like Kobe likes Mike a lot, or he did, right? Like, but when they were on the court together, there was no love. No love.
I loved it.
And it didn't matter if it was the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Or what? Okay. We're about 20 minutes in here. So we're going to give you something, hopefully, that was more entertaining than the actual All-Star game. Only thing that I liked from the weekend was the 3-point contest, just because I like Dame getting a title.
Wearing Weber, too.
Wearing the Weber State jersey. I love that. For anyone who doesn't know, Dame and I are the same age. We're at Weber State in the same time. We were in the athletic program together. My claim to fame is that if he saw me, he might recognize me, but he wouldn't know my name. He'd be like, "You look familiar." But yeah, no, that was cool. Glad he finally got one. The dunk contest, honestly, it's like it's gonna stay just because it is. But like the skills competition could go away
for sure.
What do you think could make it better? Do you have I think you said you might have an idea for a wrinkle
with the skills competition.
Not skills competition, just All-Star Weekend in general, or the game or whatever.
Here's one thing. Well, I have a few ideas. One was the one-on-one tournament, but I think if they did an alumni game, like the best of the 90s, East versus West, or 80s, bring back the old guys, Jordan, Bird, Magic, even though they're old, it'd be exciting. It'd be funny. Like, I think that would be sick. Even early 2000s, get T-Mac, get Duncan in there. I think it'd be cool. It would get viewers, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But
like, so basically it's like, but only make them play within their generation, basically.
Yeah. Like each decade have like,
yeah, like you don't have LeBron like freaking going out on a 6-year-old
They should do like the best former players over like 45 or whatever. And then the best current players from the WNBA play against each other. And
oh, no. Yeah.
What?
I would love
I'm not touching that one.
What? It'd be competitive, right?
It would be competitive, yeah. Although Brittany Griner can beat DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one, so
that's true.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What do we got? How many likes do we got on the video, Casey?
John, we have, I believe we have over 23 likes on the video. So do we want to add another element?
Yeah, so we're going to end up doing 2 giveaways at this point, because it's every 10 likes on the video gets y'all a giveaway. We're going to give away 2 $50 gift cards on this point. So in order to get entered, I'll show this up again. You had to guess who was going to win Jared and I's mock All-Star draft. Remember 6-minute quarters, and remember this is a 2K simulation, so it's not an All-Star game. It's a 2K simulation, like actual.
And like as far as like management goes too, we didn't do anything to impact any of that. We let the computer simulate it as they would. Technically, it'd be the Lakers and the Jazz coaches in charge of like the lineup. So,
yes,
because those are the teams we used to. I mean, I can put it up like this. Like, You can see the starting lineup, at least right here. And this was all decided by
right.
2K's AI.
Right. 2K's simulation. So, okay. So yeah, let's, so that's what you got to do. Like the video and then put into the chat, which team you think is going to win, and what you think the score will be. So we're giving away 2 gift cards at this point. So we just give it to the 2 people who have the closest score.
I say we do a quick draw on, well, I guess so. That makes sense.
Yeah. Let's give it to the 2 people who have the closest score.
What if somebody's super close to the score, but they got the winner wrong? We do it like that?
No, they got to, so the tiebreaker, the
right.
score is just for the tiebreaker. You got to get the winner right. That's the prereq.
Just making sure. Making sure.
Yeah, you got to take math 1010 before you can take math 1050. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Let's run the sim. Let's run this 2K simulation.
All right, boys. Let's make sure we got this all set up the right way here. We could probably.
This feels very Twitch-ish.
Maybe.
Also, let us know in the comments if you guys watch Twitch. Should we start a Twitch and just do simulations like this?
Let's remove that one, and then we'll do. So just making sure everything is set up before we move on here. Okay. Yeah, let's give this a little go, huh?
Quick comment show. Boogie would eat her lunch. Yeah, Ryan, you're right. Boogie would probably beat Brittany Griner one-on-one. I agree. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And Casey, make sure you got everybody in a wheel. Oh no. Yeah, we don't need a wheel.
Yeah, no wheel here. We are kind of taking up some real estate on the screen. I can always pull us down.
Yep.
But
okay, and this is on 2x speed, so it's gonna be hard for us to do a play-by-play, right? Like Casey cut it up, so we're not gonna sit here and watch free throws or whatever. But yeah, so my starting 5 was Tatum, Giannis, Donovan Mitchell. Who else do I got out there?
Shea
Gilgeous-Alexander, and
Embiid.
Who's my big man? And Joel Embiid. And Jared's starting 5 was John Morant, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, LeBron James, and
Pascal Siakam.
Right. You're big, dude.
Oh yeah,
2K likes your big. Yeah, they like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually scored it out the actual game, but you made the mistake of picking the 2 Europeans who managed to care less about the AllStar game than everyone else. Like somehow Luka and Jokic care even less than everyone else cares. It's
true.
It's actually impressive.
Yeah.
All right, dude, you are jumping out. Oh no, we're good. I'm good. Hanging in there.
Lakers.
Oh, I've already got Jaylen Brown off the bench here.
What do you guys think of? So I also let 2K just do like default jersey picks, and I feel like it's very confusing that the Jazz are in the blue or in the yellow.
Yeah, it is a little confusing, specifically playing the Lakers, but that is what it looks like this year. Like it's Jazz yellow on Laker white. You know what I mean?
That's strange.
I actually just generally hate the Jazz yellow.
Yeah,
I agree.
I wish that they would not be yellow. But I do like seeing Donovan Mitchell back in it. That's nice.
Yeah. He was.
Did you pick up Markman? Sorry, go ahead, Casey.
I was just gonna say Don was even in the Utah jersey on like the loading screen there for a second, showing the rosters, which I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool looking. I don't know how they knew to put that there, if that's just what he looks like in 2K always, which would be weird, but kind of cool.
Okay,
a little nostalgic.
This number 0 Dames got me PTSD. I thought it was Ross for a second on that court. I had PTSD.
PTSD. Dude, what is with Felix? What is with all of these friggin' floaters and turnaround fadeaway jumpers? Like, let's get some threes out here. Lupe likes the yellow. I mean, that's cool. I'm glad you like it because it's hard for me to watch. I like their blacks. I like their blacks with yellow trim. The Jazz blacks, but I don't.
There you go.
Ooh, there's a triple.
Oh,
dude, that was
a Braun on the ball. Is he even in?
No, he's subbed right now. Dude, I'm surprised Kyrie's giving it up. Look at Siakam, big body, and who was that? He big bodied Tatum, freaking playing big brother ball on him, and he gets the foul.
Let's go.
Oh man! All right,
I'm up 2015
pulling up. All right, Don's
going. Don's going just like he was in the real AllStar game. Yeah, you got John making threes. That's how you know this isn't real. Ooh, Siakam with a swat right there.
Oh, let's go.
Ja with the feed to DeRozan.
Should have been
the not actual AllStar.
SGA DeRozan getting some minutes. It was the last pick in the draft, wasn't he? in your guys' draft?
No, he wasn't. He should have been, but Jared took him early. I think he just shouldn't have been an all-star personally, but because Anthony Davis should have been. Ooh, Tatum in the corner.
Yeah,
Tatum does not shoot a lot
on
of
the line though. I think that was a 2.
Wow.
That was a 2. Yeah, you don't see a lot of corner stuff from Tatum. Not really a corner shooter, as we saw in the 3-point contest.
Embiid posting up.
Oh,
Embiid going, taking Jokic into the paint. Dude, Siakam is just working.
Dude,
he is a warrior.
Yeah, Siakam. Dude, Siakam is that.
Dude, that headband is soaked in sweat in this sim.
So Ryan, I am the Jazz. My team is the Jazz, Team Giannis, and in yellow, which is confusing. And Jared's is the Lakers in white.
Braun's missing layups. What is this?
Yeah.
Are most of these players their actual correct number? I have a feeling some of them are off.
For the most part. Yeah, Kyrie isn't number 3.
And Luka is not 77, right?
He is.
He is.
Which is technically illegal. You're not supposed to be allowed to have
really?
2 numbers that take 2 hands to hold up.
See, I knew that was a thing in college, but I don't think they care in the NBA.
They don't care in the NBA. Yeah, because it's like they want to be able to say like 57 or whatever.
I couldn't wear 7 in high school or college because of that. I wanted to be 7, but
you should be able to have a just
they still wouldn't. They're like, no, we need 1 hand. I'm like, come on.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Siakam with the board there. Oh, something. In a quarter.
Ooh, so Mitchell with 10 points.
You guys want to pause here and see it?
Dude, Siakam is a beast. 8-5 and 1.
Go.
Yeah.
It was all about the vision I had.
Yeah, you had a vision for this team, Jared.
You really had a
vision to build around Pascal Siakam. LeBron taking Tatum taking LeBron doesn't get it to go. Ooh, getting stripped on the other side. Giannis. Oh, and he fouls him.
If he makes his free throw, it's rigged.
I mean, that free throw took way too short of an amount of time too. He only took even sped up at 2x speed. He only took like 2 seconds, so that wasn't realistic at all.
It took a long time in the sim. I'll be honest with you. I cut that.
Yeah, dude. Giannis has gotten called for taking longer than 10 seconds a couple times this year.
I was gonna say I think it was about 10 seconds even in the sim, so they might have done something specifically for him.
They're like, let's speed him up even more. Dude, Siakam's working. Oh, a little block. Embiid blocking.
Dang.
Well, that was Luka's own fault. What are you doing? Like, yeah, let me just try and hook it over the top of Joel Embiid.
That's not the matchup you wanted.
Yeah, seems like a good plan. Although Luke is just shooting so much stuff this year. He's probably just like, I don't know, whatever. I'm just shooting.
Y'all shouldn't have slept on the Lakers, though.
Yeah. Dude, who's number 2? Is that SGA? Yeah, it is. Yeah. What are we at? Oh, dude, you're running away with it. Jared's up 11 now. That's pretty insurmountable with 6-minute quarters. Ooh, another block.
Just need some good plays here.
Oh, Tatum. Right, 3 in transition. That was a Jared Bagley 3 right there.
Luka will get him back.
Tatum was pulling out of your bag. Long rebound. Tatum again.
Oh. Tatum's just hucking him up, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Oh, man.
He did that in the actual game, but he was actually hitting them.
Yeah. Tatum put up 55.
Yeah.
Tatum, little tough too. Don't know why you shot that, but at least you made it.
Dude, what are you doing, Fox?
De'Aaron Fox, you shouldn't even be shooting on this team.
No.
Don't you know this is Pascal Siakam's team?
Jared's team is trying to let John's team back in here, but
you guys are doing your best to try and lose this. So it is kind of a classic Lakers game.
That's true.
End of third. Jared's team's up 7.
All right, let's go.
Felix, these guys playing real defense. Yeah, this is not what we saw in the actual All-Star game. This is actually, I feel like, more entertaining, even though we're watching it at 2x speed. It's a better game. Yeah. The actual All-Star game was just trash. Gosh, Tatum.
It's actually realistic.
We got a game.
Ooh, who was that? Dame. Feed the hot hand. What are you doing? Feed the hot hand. Hot hand. Stop trying to feed other people.
Did you see Dame get offended that LeBron called him old or not young?
Why would
that was funny.
Number one, why would
look
you
who
get
it
offended?
is?
I know.
Siakam at the line, dude.
Number 1.
Siakam's your workhorse.
My guy.
Tatum's probably high point, but Siakam probably is putting up a better stat line than anyone. SGA just wasting the shot.
A quick switch.
SGA just wasting the shot clock over there. Worked out though. Ooh,
Luka magic.
Luka fading. Embiid fading.
See, I got clutch guys.
You're trading 3 for 2 now though.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting because somebody just popped in just now with a score that looks very different than everyone else's. I don't know if we're allowed to let someone in.
Yeah,
this
I
late
think
in the game.
we locked the betting booths when we started the sim, right? That's why we put urgency and like get your scores in
Yeah,
now.
no, though
Seems
that
fair.
Good try though, Alex.
yeah, that is a more accurate. Dude, you're up 8 with 129 to play. This is over.
Let's go.
Okay, up 6. We need a lot of stops here.
Siakam's got to be the MVP.
Siakam, getting to the line, dude. That's so clutch when you're up 6 on short time. Just get to the line and ice it. That's a Jared move right there. Or James move.
That's bags.
We're just talking about people we play rec league with now. The Embiid getting to the line. We don't need 2s though. We need to get some freaking buckets here. So, man, he's got to make both these. We need a turnover and a 3, and then we got to start fouling. Turnover 3, and then at least it's a 1 possession game. Turnover 3, a turnover and a quick 3 would at least give us. Oh, well, that was okay.
Luka alone on the other side of the court.
That was the worst trap I've ever seen.
Now that looked like the NBA AllStar Game.
That was like I've seen friggin' middle school girls do better traps than that. All right, now we're getting into foul mode. Oh man.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jaw.
Getting ugly out there, John.
I mean, usually I'm of the opinion that 2K OPs LeBron pretty big time, but apparently they OP Pascal Siakam, man. Jokic icing it. This is it. 14. What are we even going to do here? Oh, did he hit that? No, just dribble it out. Okay, good. They don't foul him.
And he did.
Dribble it out. 66-59.
66-59.
All right. So first of all, let's
see the box score real quick.
Yeah, let's go. Let's hit the box score.
Okay.
We didn't do any like bonuses for somebody guessing.
We started the video 11 minutes
That is
ago.
the wrong post-game interview, by the way. He should be interviewing Pascal Siakam. Sorry, go ahead, Casey.
Sorry. So we started the video a little over 11 minutes ago. So anything before 4:0, I think we could let in these ones at 4:05. Anything before 4:05, I don't think we can allow here. That's too far in. So I'll kind of look back through that and try to find the winner here, who the closest was.
Dude, he's a beast.
That was on times 2, I guess, too. So that probably went through the box score pretty quick.
Yeah.
He'll be the Lakers 20.
So was Tatum high point?
Tatum was, yeah. So here's basically the top of Jared's team.
Yeah, Tatum led all scores at 22.
Siakam just doing all the work, too.
Dude, Siakam, the workhorse of your team. You had a vision.
Oh, here,
you know?
let me take this.
Build around Pascal Siakam. Put Luka around him. All he needs is role players like Luka and LeBron and Jokic. You know, just those role guys. John Morant. Build around him.
What are the Raptors doing, man?
Yeah.
You had Michael Potter though.
It's pretty simple. Pick. Yeah, that's true.
Dame with 1 bucket all game. That's kind of interesting.
Jeez.
Tatum 18 points leads the way.
Jaylen Brown was similar though to Dame.
All I know is that Siakam had like 8 points on free throws or something crazy in that game.
Triple J DNP'd, so they didn't play Jaren Jackson Jr. That's interesting.
Yeah, they didn't. So again, it came into play like and neither did Markkanen. Oh, Markkanen played a minute. So
all right, so here's the deal. Okay, how many likes do we have on the video right now? Because right now we owe 2 giveaways, and we're gonna give it to the 2 people who were closest, who guessed the correct winner, which was Jared's team, and who were the closest on the score. But if we get 30 likes on the video, then we'll do 1 more giveaway, and we'll just do a wheel spin.
Right. So if you haven't liked the video, do that now. While I look for the 2 people closest. From the original guesses here.
So like the video and just, you know, at this point, just drop your name and how you heard about us. And then Casey will, if we get to 30 likes, Casey will just do a wheel of names of everybody who entered their score and everyone who liked and said how you heard about us. So calling back Cynthia, because I think we kind of tore her comment apart earlier about the AllStar Game. Saying, you know, that they're not the athletes they were in the 80s and 90s. And I think Casey kind of called this out. They are good athletes now. And I would say maybe in many cases more athletic, quote unquote. But she just said, I meant the players don't have the same athletic mindset that they had then. You also don't have the same competitiveness between players or the rivalry between teams. So like, like the Lakers and Boston, Detroit Bad Boys and Chicago, right? It's like, you don't see those like team rivalries as much these days.
Guys bounce around.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's a players league now, right? So it's like, if you're Kevin Durant and you don't want to play in the Bay anymore, then you just go build your own super team somewhere else. LeBron actually broke the system, right? When LeBron went to Miami, that broke the system. Guys weren't supposed to do that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Guys were supposed to stay with the team that drafted them, or if they left, they go to one of the major markets, which I suppose Miami kind of is.
Yeah.
But like, they weren't supposed to both go somewhere else and bring other people.
Yeah.
And then he did that, and it has become a players league since then.
It has.
And now Kawhi's done that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, so I want to talk a little bit about some of the moves that were made post trade deadline and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically, Russell Westbrook was traded to the Jazz at the trade deadline, in that Lakers trade. The Jazz then never played him, and what are the Clippers buying out? Are they buying out his full contract?
I actually don't know.
So they waived him, quote unquote, and then the Clippers picked him up, and they're paying some of his contract. So basically, all the Jazz did with that trade of what was it? Jared Vanderbilt, Mike Conley, and
what's his name? Beasley.
Malik Beasley. All they did was clear 3 really solid players out of their lineup and clear up cap space.
And they got 1 pick.
And they got a pick. Danny Ainge got his pick fixed. Again, I still don't like it for the Jazz, but at least we got the cap space now, which I mean, if you look at it, what the Jazz have right now is exactly how you get a disgruntled star, right? They've got a bunch of assets and they've got a bunch of cap space.
Yeah.
So if Kevin Durant gets pissed about being in Phoenix and wants to go somewhere else, they've got the assets and the cap space to get him.
It's true.
So I don't know if that's Danny Ainge's strategy, but that's where it is. Or to try and attract a free agent. I hope he knows it's not Boston, though.
I think he knows. I think
does he know free agents don't come here?
I think he wants a Toronto approach, draft really well, and then trade for a Kawhi. So because that's the only way small markets can really win. Or like the Warriors just draft a bunch of studs.
Yeah. So let's talk about Westbrook to the Clippers. What does that give so they didn't have to trade for him at all. They just picked up his contract. What does that give the Clippers? Does that give them what they lost in Reggie Jackson?
It gives them, it's hard to say. I think Westbrook will do better on the Clippers than the Lakers just because he'll be able to be ball dominant and bring it up. But does it move the needle? No, I don't think it makes them much better.
Did you think the Clippers were already a contender?
I think the West is so wide open that you could call them a contender, but I take a healthy Phoenix, healthy even Lakers now over the Clippers.
So specifically, I think I've said this before on the show. There are 2 teams, now only 1 team, because the other one was the Nets. That I've said, if they're playing their best basketball and whoever else they're playing is also playing their best basketball, they are not they win. And one of them's the Clippers, right? So if the Clippers are playing their best ball, I don't care who's playing them and how good ball they're playing. Well, now I don't know if it's as true, with
but
Phoenix.
that was your original.
Yeah. So it's like Milwaukee, Boston, anybody. If the Clippers are playing their best ball, I think they're the best team. They're the best at their best. Now that might be Phoenix. Now that Phoenix might be the best at their best. But I don't think Westbrook makes them better. I think all he does is add volatility, honestly. Well, he adds volatility and he can play every night.
Yeah.
So
he plays hard.
At least he adds somebody who plays every game. Because I honestly can't see Kawhi making it through multiple playoff series.
No.
There's no way he can only play 1 to 2 games a week and then all of a sudden turn it on and play tough basketball for 7 games. I agree. Yeah, running through some chat here. So yeah, some people saw we were giving away a jersey. Ryan found us on an Instagram ad, signed up for text. Appreciate that, Ryan. Peyton started watching. Now he looks forward to every week. Awesome. That is good to hear. Facebook giveaway, Jazz jersey. Yep. The marketing jersey giveaway. That was a good one. Sterling, I still wonder what would have been if CP3 trade to the Lakers would have fast forwarded the future teams before LeBron going to Miami. Is he talking about that?
So
yeah,
when he got traded and it got vetoed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's an interesting take.
Ryan says that the Clippers should play Westbrook with the second unit. So they would be doing him a favor there because I actually think Westbrook is maybe front runner for 6th man of the year right now. And now if he goes and starts in LA, I don't know how that works, or with the Clippers. I don't know how that works.
I'm not sure what. I don't know if there's a certain game amount you have to be a 6th man.
Yeah. Right.
But I agree. I like that comment.
Yeah. Well, so where are the Clippers at? And let me pull up standings right now.
John, do we want? I do have the names here.
Yeah. So let's announce the 2 giveaway winners from the simulation prediction, and then just a reminder, we will give away one more. So these will be both for $50 NBA Shop gift cards. We will give away one more NBA Shop gift card if we get the video to 30 likes, which there's been 25, 30 people in the live a lot, so should be doable.
We're at 26 likes right now, so
26 likes, 4 likes, more. People. 4 away from one more here. Yep. All right, so who do we got? Who won?
This first guy, I'll give up that right away. You know me, I like to add a little showmanship to this. We actually just had him up on the screen. He liked his pick. He picked it very early, I will say. He wasn't one of the people who tried to get in late.
This guy knows basketball. I already know.
This was early. He might just know 2K too. He might have known, hey, this is going to be lower scoring. And he mentioned that he liked his pick. It is our guy, Ryan Mortensen, with the good old, let me get it here, going to it. He was second closest with... Man, lots of comments. Good problem to have here. Scrolling through them. He was right.
Thomas just got here. Sorry. Casey, I took him off. All right.
Okay. Well, okay.
So Ryan also said 6 man has to come off the bench at least 41 games. So I think he'd qualify at this point or be close.
Would he though? Because he started the first half of the year with the Lakers. But he's got to be
close. Look at So Ryan had us at 86-80. That's pretty good, honestly.
Good guess, Ryan.
Considering everyone else was like 120 to
respect.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so he was the closest. He was the winner.
He was the second closest.
Ooh,
somebody
was closer.
Was actually this one here. So Ryan, congrats. You just qualified to win the first prize. So make sure you email us at triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com. Just remind us that you were a winner of one of our, are we doing $50 gift cards, John? Is that what you said the prizes were?
Yeah, $50 NBA Shop gift cards.
$50 NBA Shop gift card. Just make sure you email us again at triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com. Ryan, you email us so that we know where to reach you. And the other winner, the closest person, was Linda. 75-70.
Nice. She was close.
That is close.
Jared at 75-70. Good job, Linda. Good job. Ryan, email us at triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com. We will there are 27 people live right now. We will give away one more NBA Shop gift card if we get the video to 30 likes. We should be able to get there. So Westbrook to the Clippers.
Wait,
sorry, go
Linda,
ahead.
The same instructions go to you. Make sure to email us at triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com, and we will get you your $50 NBA Shop gift card. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, one more comment to Ryan. I think he's a Utah guy just from some of his comments. So I don't know if he's a Jazz fan or not, but okay. So right now, Western Conference, the Clips are in 4th. They are 9. I mean, the Nuggets have run away with the Western Conference. So they're 9 games out of 1st, but they're essentially 3.5 games out of being on the chopping block. So that's how tight the West is, right? So, so the Blazers, who are in 12th, or I guess the Lakers are in 13th. So who gets into the play-in? Is it through the 12 seed?
It's 9 and 10.
Yeah, that's right. 9, 10. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So
sorry. Chopping block is the Thunder, who are 12 games back, and the Clippers are 9 games back. So the Thunder only, so the Clippers are essentially 3 games away from the chopping block. I do think having Westbrook probably solidifies their ability to just safely stay in the top 6.
I agree.
Because they're going to load manage those other 2 guys. I don't think, and I think that there's going to be some other fall offs here. Now the Suns are going to make a run, so they're probably going to pass them. The Mavericks are going to make a run, so they're probably going to pass them. The Kings are currently in 3rd, 1 game ahead of the Clippers. You got to figure at some point they'll fall off, or maybe not.
Maybe not.
The Pelicans. All right, so here I'll share the Western Conference standings right now, and let's talk about what we think is going to happen over the last little bit here. Western Conference standings. Boom. Okay. Let me give you 1 zoom, 2 zooms. Oh, back to 1 zoom. How's that? Look pretty good? I can't see it. So, so what do you think happens here? What are the major movements that you think will happen here in the West?
So first off, the Lakers they're gonna jump ahead. They have the 6th easiest schedule remaining, and they have LeBron and AD healthy. And the way they played against the Pelicans, fully confident they're gonna jump.
They have 23 games left. They're currently 2 games out of being in the play-in. 3.5 games out of the 6th seed, which just puts you in the playoffs safely. How many of those 23 games do they realistically have to win to, let's not just say, okay, so they can make the playoffs pretty easily.
Yeah.
With the play-in. How many of those 23 games do they have to win to actually put themselves in a position to have a not impossible run through the playoffs?
So basically to be solidified and not just be in the play-in?
To have a chance at getting to the second round.
Yeah. I think they need to win at least probably 17 of them.
17 of the 23 games.
Yeah. They can drop probably 6. I think they'll do it. Yeah. If they stay
just
healthy.
Haven't put together any real 5, 6, 7 game win streaks all year.
Yeah.
It's they'll win a game, they'll win 2 games, and you'll kind of think, and then maybe even 3, but they just haven't really put together streaks like that. But I mean, it is a different squad. What I've always thought about D'Angelo Russell is he's a great best player on a bad team. So I mean, we'll see if he has it.
Yeah.
I do expect the Lakers to make some jumps though, specifically because I expect the Jazz to fall down.
I agree.
I expect. Well, I don't know. Do we know the latest on the Steph Curry injury situation? Because if they're not going to get him back, I do expect the Warriors to fall a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know his timeline.
If you know it in the chat, let us know. And the other one is Zion. Do you know his timeline or his injury situation? Zion Williamson.
I do think the Thunder are going to fall too, personally.
Yeah. No,
SGA's balling, but
they've been on the right course, though. I actually think the Thunder at least will maintain. They might
play in, or
they might make the play in, or to be the 11th seed. The Lakers will have to pass the Thunder. The Thunder won't just come back to them. Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
The Jazz will just come back to them.
For sure.
The Blazers might just come back to them. Do you know Zion Williamson's injury status?
I don't know his status.
Update. Yeah. So I expect the Nuggets to stay where they're at. I expect the Grizzlies to more or less stay where they're at. If I'm the Grizzlies, I feel pretty good. I mean, I'm good in the West, I expect the Suns to take the 3 seed. Well, depending on when Kevin Durant comes back. I don't know what his injury timeline is.
I think he should be back soon after All-Star break. Zion has said on February 13th, it said he was expected to miss multiple weeks with his hamstring strain.
Zion.
So probably 2 to 4 weeks.
I expect the Pelicans to fall then.
Yeah.
What's Cat Towns' timeline?
Yeah, everyone's getting injured.
Well, yeah, he's been injured for a minute, so hopefully he's on the train back. So that 7, 8, 9 seed, Pelicans, Timberwolves, Warriors, they're all contingent upon injuries. Mavericks, I expect to make a run. I think either the Mavericks will grab the 3 seed or the Suns will grab the 3 seed. So I kind of think the Mavericks and Suns will grab the 3 and 4 seed. The Clips will grab the 5 seed, and the Kings will either fall and not. And I think the Kings might be the last team that's safe.
Yeah.
If they keep playing how they're playing and they stay healthy.
Yeah.
Do you have a Cat Towns update?
Yeah, mid to late March.
In that case, I think the Timberwolves might stay there or fall a little bit. So the Lakers are really well set up because the Jazz are probably going to fall. The Timberwolves are probably going to fall. The Pelicans are probably going to fall. The Warriors might, depending on Steph's timeline. So like all they have to do is like not really mess it up. They might find themselves in the play-in though. I don't think, you know, they're 6 games away from the Kings. So that's the Kings to blow.
Yeah.
And I think the Kings will end up with a 6 seed because the Suns and Mavericks will make a run and the Clippers won't blow it.
Yeah.
So I do think the Lakers will end up in the play-in.
Yeah.
So best case scenario, 7 seed, and they're matching up with the Grizzlies or the Suns or Mavericks in the first round.
Hope it's the Grizzlies. I don't want the Suns first round. The Lakers also played the Warriors twice in the next 6 games and the Thunder once and the T-Wolves too. So it's a good chance for them to pull ahead.
Yeah. Well, they've already lost the tiebreaker to the Thunder
for sure. Yeah.
When LeBron broke the record. Well, let's not talk about that anymore. All right. East. So less happenings other than Brooklyn just became irrelevant. I mean, do you think Brooklyn hangs on even to make the playoffs at this point?
No, maybe play-in, but I don't think.
Yeah, so they are. I mean, they've got padding. So they've got they're 7.5 games back, and the 10 seed Raptors are 14 games back. So they have essentially a 6.5 game pad to make the play-in.
I could see him do it.
So I could see them maybe making the play-in, but not actually making the playoffs.
Yeah.
That would be the only major call out other than, do you think that Pat Bev to the Bulls changes things? I mean, the Bulls are currently sitting at the 11 seed. They're 2 games out of the 10 seed.
I don't think he changes based off watching him this whole season, unless he has some resurgence and he becomes a much better player than he's been this year. Nah, good defender, but he's honestly been mid to not super contributing this year.
He's a good 1 through 3 defender. Yeah, I see the East pretty much sticking about how it is right now. Sixers, Cavs could flip-flop. The Nets will fall. The Hawks should be better.
Yeah, they just fired their coach.
Yep. The Pacers could sneak into the play-in. The Raptors probably will sneak into the play-in. Honestly, it's a race between the Raptors and the Nets at this point. And honestly, it's actually kind of a race between like the Bulls and Pacers and the Nets. It's like, can the Nets win enough games to hold them off? Can the Bulls and Pacers like win enough games to catch them? The Wizards will probably hang on to a spot. I think a lot of these teams will kind of hang on to a spot. And then I don't see any runs from the Magic, Hornets, or Pistons happening. Post-trade deadline. So I think the East got affected less other than just like, and it's not even that like, will the Nets make the play-in? I don't know. Who cares? Who freaking cares? They basically just eliminated maybe the major contender of the East. Yeah. So what are we at in likes? Casey.
John, we are. There you go.
I got you.
All right.
Sometimes I know what I'm doing.
We have not hit 30 likes yet, so we have not qualified. I know we still have maybe a couple more minutes, but we're still hanging around about 27 likes right now.
Got you. Okay, so running through some chats here. Ashton thinks Jazz will jump. Ashton, I got to hear your logic on this because I think the Jazz just traded away any chance they had of making the playoffs this year. And I mean, they kept their core pieces for sure, but like they traded away 3. I mean, Mike Conley is the glue that holds the whole thing together. And Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt were both really big role players. Now it does give guys like Walker Kessler a chance to step up, but yeah, I got to hear, Ashton, if you're still here, what is your logic on this? Because I do not see the Jazz jumping. I see them falling out of the play-in.
Same.
Yeah. Thomas just said 18. I don't know what that's in reference to, but cool, man. Cynthia, my poor Spurs. I'm so not used to it. Yeah. If you've been a Spurs fan for like 20 years, 30 years at this point, it's a rough.
You'll get Wemby though, hopefully.
Maybe you're in the Wemby suite. Do you think that's what it is? Do you think Pop's just like, I'm just hanging around to see if I get this kid?
Honestly, probably. If they don't get Wemby, I could see him retiring.
I saw a post that Wemby, because he's still like, what is he? How old is he?
He's 17 or 18 or whatever. He'll be in the draft this next year.
Yeah. So he's grown.
Yeah, he's 7'5" now.
He's 7'5" now in shoes. But we've talked about this before. Here, I'm going to show this picture of him. Pull up this picture. Open image. See if I can get it. Yeah. We've talked about this before, though. He is a twig. Hey, we've got enough people in right now that if you all like the video and we get to 30 likes on this video, we will do another giveaway for a $50 gift card to the NBA shop. Just letting you know right now, if you're watching, you haven't liked, like it. If you have liked, then sign into another account and like it, I guess. I don't know.
That offer will be expiring shortly. We can't
right.
can't stay on all night here.
So there's Wemby. He's 7'5" now. There was a picture of him with Gobert. He's taller than Gobert, longer than Gobert, but dude's a twig. I mean, the diet that Zion should be on, Wemby should be on the opposite diet.
Yeah.
Like if it tastes good, Zion needs to spit it out.
Yeah.
And Wemby just needs to eat everything
Mm-hmm.
because he is going to get pushed around.
Yeah.
He's skilled though.
You need to talk to Giannis because Giannis was a twig coming into the league too, and he's just built his body out.
KD never did, and he's
that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
true.
like he's a great player, so it is possible. I do want. So, do you think that's what it is? Do you think that Popovich is just hanging around to see if he wins the Wemby sweepstakes, like basically gets himself another Tim Duncan?
Yeah, I think so. Because then if he could do another run, but if he can't get a team in the next 2 years and a guy like Wemby, I just don't see the point in staying.
Yeah, I mean he's the winningest coach of all time.
Yeah,
just call it. Yeah. So Spurs, tough go right now, and I don't see. That's the thing is that it's not like the Spurs were a great organization because of they built this like. It's not like they're inherently a great organization.
Yeah,
they kind of like built this core that worked for a really long time. Like I don't know how good they are at building back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's like what the Warriors did.
Yeah.
They come and go. And
right. Yeah. Will the Warriors really be a good organization once their core is gone?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan said, to my knowledge, both players getting checked out in a week or so, see when they come back. So I think he's talking about Zion. He's either talking about Zion, Kat, KD, and Steph. Those are the guys we're talking about. KD debuting Sunday. Okay, cool. Where did you find that? How did you find that and Jared didn't? Dude, Ryan's like our little producer over here, just giving us our information. Yes, get it to 30 likes. If you're in here, like, and we'll do another gift card giveaway. Thomas, the Kings look good. They do look good, man. Rare Kings run.
It's crazy.
We haven't seen this since
2002.
02 when they got screwed.
They got Donahued.
They got Donahued out of the Western Conference.
They did miss 27 free throws though.
That's on them.
That's on them.
Yeah, so that was like Jason Williams, Vladdy Divac,
Chris Webber,
Mike Bibby. Maybe Jason
Doug
Williams
Christie.
wasn't there.
Huh?
Maybe Jason Williams wasn't there.
I don't know if Jason was there that year.
It was specifically Mike Bibby that there was like a blatant call.
Yeah. That
Kobe should have got. Didn't get called. But yeah, if you're a Kings fan, it's been tough to be a Kings fan. All right. Like the Kings are one of those teams that I'm always just like, man, their front office would get out of their way. They could be so good. Hot take, Brooklyn going to win a first round matchup against who? Like, what are they going to get? Let's bring this back up. Eastern Conference.
The top 4 seeds are all beating Brooklyn. So
yeah. Who are they going to win a first round matchup?
That's a very hot
I'm
take.
curious. You think there will be Milwaukee, Boston, Cleveland, or Philly? I mean, if they get the 5 seed, Philly's probably their best chance of winning a first round matchup.
And even then, there's no way.
No. I mean, Ryan, dude, you're usually pretty good. Like I'm here. I'm curious to hear. Hot take: Pistons make the playoffs. That is a very hot take.
See, you must be a Pistons fan, Thomas.
I wish the Jazz had kept Conley. I miss him. That's for sure.
I think Thomas is a Jazz fan.
Oh, he is. Wow.
Yeah.
Thomas, Pistons going to make the playoffs. So he must be a Bogey fan.
Yeah.
Bojan Bogdanovic.
Okay.
He's going to get the Pistons to the promised land.
There it is.
I wish Jazz had kept Conley. Yeah, that we just already read that one. They were just going to jump down. I can't remember what he's referring to there. Oh, we were asking for his Jazz will definitely jump. Oh, he's saying that they'll jump down. Yes. I could see the Jazz jumping. They're playing the Spurs 3 times and have a lot of other easy games. Yeah, so strength of schedule does matter. I could see them maybe hanging on for a play-in tourney spot. With all the injuries that could possibly hang in there. Mike Conley trade was a dagger to the Jazz chances of making the playoffs. That's actually my opinion as well. They're a different team with him. Like he just is. There's such a 1 + 1 = 3 effect with Mike Conley. He's not as good as he's not like Chris Paul level, but he's like that kind of player. Young Bull, yeah, with Sexton down with an injury. Wemby is 7'5", 180. What do you weigh, Jared?
I weigh 170.
Dude, so Wemby's only 10 pounds heavier than you, and he's basically a foot and like 4 inches taller than you.
That's crazy.
Jazz get the last play in. Yeah, maybe. Come on, hit the like button. Yeah, Casey, where are we at? We there? Did we make it?
I don't know. We are not there yet. We are still a few likes away, so it's not looking good. But I
get
think
to that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
so if you're watching right now, like the video, a couple more likes, and we will give away a $50 NBA shop gift card. Sean Bradley, height and weight. Yeah, I mean, if Wemby could just fill out a little bit, I think that'll help him. He's only 18. Yeah, that's true. LeBron's going to dunk on Wemby. What do you think? LeBron going to climb Mount Wemby?
Well, I don't know. I'd love to say LeBron 2 years ago, even 3 years ago. 10 years ago, but I don't know.
Do you think LeBron could win an NBA dunk contest today? Let's say if Mac McClung isn't in it.
It's all dependent on who. Because if you get Sharp, and I don't think he'd win today in his prime.
Okay, just the NBA dunk contest that we just had.
Oh,
minus
LeBron
Mac McClung.
Today?
I think LeBron would be a contender.
I think he'd
just get the like bias vote.
Yeah,
he'd probably win it. Wemby reminds me of Dikembe. No. Yeah, we'll see. Hi from Arlington. Hi, Arlington. Raoul. Mavs versus Suns in the Western Conference Finals, or Mavs versus Suns, who's winning a 7-game series. Both teams fully healthy the whole time. What do you think? Mavs versus Suns, 7. This could be our Western Conference Finals right here.
Yeah, I could see that. A great series. Both fully healthy. Phoenix for sure. But I think it's a good series. Probably 6 games.
Here's Ryan's take on the Nets winning a first-round matchup.
See, that's a Jazz fan coming out. His Dawn hatred or his sadness.
Nets over Cavs. Dawn will choke.
Oh man, see that's biased.
Let me tell you something. Dawn is a different player this year, dude. That dude's 71. Different. Lowry is different. If not for Lauri Markkanen, Dawn might win Most Improved this year.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I mean he's different this year.
He's bald.
Did we get 30? I don't know. Casey's gonna have to tell us. Raoul's a Spurs fan as well. Sorry, man. You should just give us 30. I can't get my phone out when I have these mics going. Otherwise,
that's not how it works.
I
made sure to like the video too. So I mean,
yeah. All right. Jazz can get Wemby without a lottery pick. They get enough draft picks to trade up thanks to Ainge.
They have the T-Wolves pick, I think.
They have the T-Wolves pick this year.
I think this year. So the T-Wolves need a drop.
Yeah.
That's who you should be cheering for to lose.
Right. You should be cheering for the T-Wolves to drop out of the top 10. You also should be cheering for everybody to like this video. I think there might be, I don't know. There's not 30 people in here. So Raoul, fellow Spurs fan, did you hit the like button? Don is a beast. Yes, Don is different this year. Okay, so I do not think the Nets would beat the Cavs in a 7-game series. And I will go so far to say take Don out entirely. Then do you think the Nets could beat the Cavs?
I still think the Cavs
would win.
They still have the Twin Towers, and you have Garland, and you have LeVert.
Did Kevin Love went somewhere, right?
Yeah, he's on the Heat now.
Kevin Love is with the Heat.
Chasing Braun. He's chasing the path of Braun.
He brought his talents to South Beach. Western Conference Finals, Mavs versus Clips. Yeah, I mean Nuggets and Grizzlies are the other ones we can't forget about. Do you think that's what it'll be?
No, I think the Suns
or Mavs and Suns. That's
probably Mavs Suns is what I predict. But if they meet up earlier, it'll be like Suns Nuggets and maybe. Sorry, I'm not high on the Clips in the playoffs with Kawhi. The way he doesn't play.
I don't think. You really think? I mean, Ryan, you really think Kawhi can play enough to make the Western Conference Finals? Because they've made it before and he can't. So far, not since he's been in LA. Yeah. Philly and Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. That means you got Boston coming out. That's a hot take, man. All right. Mikal Bridges, he's going to be an all-star next year. Yeah. Denver getting no love. What do you think about Denver? Wrap us up, Jared. Tell us something just, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Tell us something wise and just profound, something we never thought of about the Denver Nuggets before.
Okay, wise. Here's what I'll say.
I set you up for success.
Yeah. Here's
Make
what I'll
it
say
in
about
bedtime story format, preferably too.
Yes.
You know?
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, there's a team called Denver. They have the MVP. They're an amazing team. And they drafted Michael Porter Jr., who was supposed to really help them. And he's done nothing but disappoint them. And Jamal Hurray's done nothing but get hurt, even though was really good in the bubble. And so it's a sad ending of great regular season and MVPs with no rings. Sorry, Denver fans.
Do you think they make you don't even think they're going to get into the Western Conference Finals?
I could see conference finals, but I can't see them beating a healthy Phoenix. Even a healthy Dallas, I don't think that'd be. Even a healthy Lakers. I'm sorry, I'll take the Lakers over them healthy.
I'm not quite there on the Lakers, but
if they're healthy,
I will say I actually would say maybe like the Grizzlies. I could see the Grizzlies being potentially able to beat any team in the West, even if they're healthy, but not being the favorites. Like I wouldn't pick them to beat a healthy Phoenix. But they're capable. Like the Grizzlies kind of have that puncher's chance in any matchup.
For sure.
All right, Casey, final check. Did we get 30 likes on the video?
Final check. We did not. We are sitting at 29. It's
29?
Okay,
all right, boys. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me just go. I'm sorry. I'm just letting us down here.
Actually pull out this wheel.
Yeah, get the wheel out. If we're at 29, I'll like it.
All right.
I'll put us over.
Push you guys over the top. So if you're still
I'll bail you out. I'll bail you all out.
You're still in here. Give me a, let's see. How about, let's do something somebody won't accidentally say. How about tell me your favorite, just put your favorite color. One word, put a color in the chat, and I'll enter you onto the wheel of names. Got to do it now, though. I want to make sure you're online. Right now, you stayed with us this whole time. So if you want to be eligible to win, we're going to do this as quick as possible. Put in a color into the chat, and I will enter you into the wheel, and we will give you
we'll
do so. That's
I'll do a wheel spin. I'll do a things to do wheel spin. So if you guys have just joined us recently, so if you're just joining us right now, put a color into the chat right now. We're gonna spin to win a $50 gift card to the NBA shop. You got to put a color into the chat. If you haven't been on an episode before we've done this, I'm gonna do a little things to do spin. So this is where Jared and I just spin this wheel and we do whatever it tells us to do. And that'll make a lot more sense in a second. So here we go. While Casey's building out that giveaway. Ooh, come on, spin again, spin again, spin again. If you're a fan, all right, this is a new one. So I have to explain this one to you. So if you're a fan, so the way we play if you're a fan is we go to our team's wheel. In case you guys haven't noticed, we really like wheels on this show. We go to our team's wheel this way. We go open. Come on, you can do it. Maybe I should stop sharing this. So this is if you're a fan of this team, how are you feeling right now? So I would spin to win, or I'd spin for a team, but it's not loading. So, oh, there we go. NBA teams. So if you're a fan of, here we go. Spin. Oh, come on, Jazz. T-Wolf. Ooh, this is a really good one. All right, so Jared, if you're a Minnesota Timberwolves fan right now, how are you feeling?
Man, this is a great team because I feel like you have the bipolar emotions. Ultimately disappointed, but you have that hope with Anthony Edwards. So like long-term looking, hopeful. This year, so disappointed. That Rudy trade was awful, horrible. And you feel sad. You feel sick. Yeah. You mortgaged all those picks, all that for a guy who's not even an all-star this year.
Okay, but I mean, what was Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt?
I mean,
you're built for win now. Do you think those picks would have? I mean, materialized into what would ultimately, I get what you're saying. You could have made a better trade.
Oh yeah. Get a better fit than Rudy. You already have a big guy.
Yeah. And I'm not convinced. All right. Okay. So basically you feel disappointed. Do you feel hopeful at all if you're a Timberwolves fan, or are you like, we need to move on from this ASAP?
Oh, move on. The only hope you have is Anthony Edwards. This current constructed team cannot win a championship. No way they're beating Phoenix. No way they're beating Dallas. No way they're beating Denver. No way they're beating LA. That's how I feel about it.
So do you think they're surprised by Rudy's performance? Because Rudy's putting up what is he putting up? Probably 15 and 12 a night or something like that, or 20 and 12 a night.
Probably. Yeah. Let me see.
Are those abnormal Rudy numbers? Are we surprised that he's putting up, like, that he's not a scorer? Is anyone surprised by this?
No one should be surprised by it. They should have been disappointed day one when the GM thought that you could take 2 true centers and play them in modern NBA. I mean, it's not the 90s.
Yeah. What do you think you are, like the David Robinson, Tim Duncan Spurs?
Like, I just knew.
I mean, it does let Cat do what he wants to do. The dude will never roll. Like, he will not. And Rudy's one of the best roll men there are. So Cat only wants to pop off of those picks. And so it's like, all right, well, if you're not going to roll, then let's like get someone who will be a presence. But yeah. All right. So here's where I'm at with it. They didn't get enough time. So I don't think, so it's like with some of these offseason trades that happen, like DeJounte Murray to Atlanta, Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland, man, like you can roll the balls out on that and it's going to work day one for sure. DeJounte Murray to Atlanta, same thing. You can roll the balls out on that. It should work day one. Apparently, Lauri Markkanen to Utah, you can roll the balls out on that and it'll work day one. Yeah. I don't think anyone was ever under any impression that Rudy and Cat Towns, Anthony Edwards were going to work day one. That said, I think you add, personally, the way I would feel if I was a Twins fan, if I was a Timberwolves fan, if I was a Twins fan, I would also be in Minnesota. But the way I would feel if I was a Timberwolves fan is I would actually feel pretty good, right? Because I'm about to get Cat back. So if we can get Cat back and we can go on a little run, we can maybe get a top 6 seed. If we get a 6 seed and we play the 3-6, then we get probably the Mavericks or Suns in the first round, and we're probably not going to win. However, I actually think the building blocks of Rudy, Cat, Edwards, and Conley can work. And if they don't, I mean, you can't get the value for Rudy. His contract is too high. You're not going to get value for him. So you kind of have to make it work. Or you have to move on from Cat at his next renewal. But no, I mean, if you know what, it's not like they didn't know what they're trading for. They didn't know. It's not like they didn't know what Rudy was. So they had to have a plan for this. It's like, he's a defensive presence. He's not an offensive presence. This was never going to work on day one, but it can work because it's not like he's really underperforming for himself. He's performing pretty normally for himself. So if you can get Conley in there to kind of bring that all together, I actually feel pretty optimistic if I'm a Timberwolves fan.
Like contender optimistic?
Yeah, like, so you think a little bit differently because you've always been a LeBron fan. So you think if you're not a contender, what are you even? But if you're a team fan and that team is a small market team like the Jazz or the Timberwolves, then it's like the only way that you're ever in contender is like, just be there. It's the Biden method, right? Just be there, just be around. And then maybe at some point something happens and it comes together, maybe like in Denver, Nikola Jokic is better than we ever dreamed, right? Just hang around and something happens.
So do you think Rudy will develop?
Or in Phoenix, just hang around and then maybe we get a chance at a disgruntled star. So that's how you do it in a small market. Toronto, just be there, be good, be in contention. And then maybe we get a chance at someone who's demanding to be traded and we get that ring. That's always how it is for the small markets, man. So yeah, I think that they don't need to be a contender. They need to be a top 6 team in the West. And they need to be that for the next 3 years while Edwards develops. And then maybe something happens. And then if it doesn't, you move on from Towns, you move on from Rudy, you build around Anthony Edwards.
Interesting. I disagree, but I like the take.
Yeah, you disagree. You think, how would you move on from Rudy?
I just disagree because I don't think in the modern NBA, you can win a title with Rudy and Towns. Like take a team like the Warriors, for example. You like the Raptors were even a good example because they had all the pieces.
Let me put it this way. If when I say hang around till something happens, that something is probably
To
moving
trade Rudy.
one of those two
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or something.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I
Something
mean?
like that for sure.
But
But I think you have to get rid of one of them. I don't know.
Felix has got it right for the small market teams. Hang around till you pull a 2011 Mavs.
Problem is, who's the Dirk on this team?
Yeah, no, Anthony Edwards.
Well, yeah.
So but how do you move on from Rudy? What would you get for him?
Well, they screwed themselves ultimately because you got Rudy. And I mean, Rudy is a great fit on certain teams, but this is not
one of those teams.
the team.
They're horrible defensively already.
Yeah.
And he's a great defender if there's other perimeter defenders. That's what the Jazz have shown. Like, he can't do it all by himself. There has to be other perimeter
For
defenders.
sure.
So yeah,
It'll be hard.
They're bad defenders. And they traded for Conley, who's like at least gets defense, but he doesn't play it super well.
Yeah. And Conley will probably be retired in a couple years.
I know.
So it's like, yikes. We'll see. Maybe I'm just a hater. Sorry, Minnesota fans.
Ashton, so what else do the Timberwolves have of promise? I'm forgetting someone.
I think
for
they
sure.
traded their role guys.
Did they trade all their?
They have
role guys?
Nazron Reed.
Yeah, Naz Reed.
He's pretty good.
Let's see, Timberwolves. Who's getting minutes in Minnesota? Dude, I don't know.
They had a little guard, the ball guy. I don't remember his name.
Right now, the dudes who are getting minutes are they have Jaden McDaniels. They have Kyle Anderson.
That's right. Yeah, Kyle.
Those are good role guys. Taurean Prince gets about 22 minutes a game, 20 minutes a game. Naz Reid. They have Austin Rivers. So yeah, I don't know why Austin Rivers is even in the league. It's because of his name. All right, Casey, we ready to go?
We are indeed ready to go. This should be everybody who put in a color. If you hadn't already, sorry, too late. The wheel is built. Come to our next episode and try again next time because we give away a bunch of stuff on every episode. So this is everybody. Some of you guys are, a little out there. Some of you guys put a couple colors in there just for good measure, I guess. Sometimes it was different colors.
That's a good hack.
Yeah.
That's a good hack in case Casey missed it.
I'm paying attention though. If you were on like our Super Bowl live stream, there was a good chance that you might have got duplicated. There was like 100 people on that wheel, but this one not quite so much. About 15 people, something like that. So pretty good odds here, guys. Without further ado, let's do this.
Hit us. Spin that wheel.
For a $50 NBA shop gift card. Looks like it's going to be
Thomas.
Jazz fan.
Let's go, Jazz
Nice.
fan.
Oh, let's go.
With the hot take that the Pistons are going to make a run.
There you go.
I think the Pistons could go 20-2 or whatever they have, and they still wouldn't be in.
Yeah.
All right. One last reminder, guys. All of our winners, I wrote it in the chat, but I'll read it here just for good measure. All winners, remember to email us, triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com to claim your prize. Helpful if you remind me just which episode it was and what the prize was that you won. I will definitely confirm that if somebody's like, I won $1 million. You guys did that. I'll know that.
Yeah,
that
we'll
wasn't
know.
the case. And then if we don't email you back right away, don't worry, because we usually do these kind of all the prize dispensing in batches. So it's kind of like once a week. Every once in a while, it's a little longer. Sometimes it's quicker. Usually on a Friday, though. So just keep an eye out on that inbox, and we will get to you. I promise. We don't lose track of our winners. We appreciate all of you, and we don't want to lose any viewers. So yeah, who would we be if we didn't deliver? Just make sure you send us that email so that you can claim your prize.
Yes, sir. Also, today's episode was brought to you by a number of sponsors that we completely forgot to mention. Ondar Everyday Carry Goods. We'll just have to give them an extra read. Ondar Everyday Carry Goods. They have super awesome wallets, super awesome phone cases, stuff like that. Link in description. Use code 1515 for 15% off on ondar.com. Perk Clothing has chinos that make your booty look good. If you're a dude, get some pants, make your booty look
good. If you're a chick, you could wear them too. They might make your butt look good too.
Probably make your booty look good if you're a chick as well. Or they make
if you can make a dude butt look good in these pants, imagine how good.
It can't be hard to make a chick butt look good. Yeah.
Not even gonna figure. Yeah.
Right.
We also
Also,
are brought to you by Canadips. Canadips, probably know them as the CBD pouch brand that has helped you get your CBD fix online. They'll send pouches straight to your door. Check them out at canadips.com, I believe. Use code BELLY20 to save 20% on your order. I recommend the California Roll variety pack. 5 of their best flavors, so you can find out what you like best. And we're also brought to you by our giveaway. We are giving away 2 tickets to an NBA game. You can find all the details for that giveaway at triplecross.live. Also down in the show notes, like John is pointing out. But I just say triplecross.live, of the banner on top. You can click there and read about that one. We won't go over all the details here, but yeah.
that's right.
Did we miss one?
No, we got it. Thank you, Casey. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for playing. Thanks for predicting. This was a fun episode. It was a long episode, but it's all right. We gave some stuff away, and make sure you come back. We give stuff away a lot. Also, make sure if you're on podcast app or Spotify or any audio platform, please leave us a review on the podcast, or if you're even watching on YouTube, go leave us a review.
Rate and review.
It's super helpful. Yep, rate
5
and review.
stars, please. We know you love
Yes.
it here. That's why you're here an hour and 25 minutes into this episode. Also, one last thing here from Miguel, who has won multiple times. I think he's leading the league in the amount of wins he's had on giveaways. He wants to know, do you want emails from what we get from the prize? I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but we would love
you
to
want
see,
us
if you
to
go buy
you want
a
him
jersey, for example. We would love to see you send us a picture to that same email of you wearing your jersey, showing it off, a video, whatever the case may be. You might get featured on our show. Odds are you probably will, honestly, because we love that stuff, and we're newer, so we don't have a ton of old winners yet. So Miguel, that's on you, buddy. I know you've won $100 already, so you better buy something cool.
Cool. Casey, say the YouTube things. Take us out.
Guys, since you've clearly been watching for over an hour now, please remember to hit the like button, which you probably already did because that's what we did for the giveaways. Remember to subscribe to the channel. That'll be huge for your viewing experience on YouTube. And remember to hit the bell icon because we do send our texts, but those that bell icon will send you notifications straight to your phone from YouTube, letting you know when we go live so that you can jump in and make sure you don't miss out on any opportunities to win cool stuff or just talk basketball. We also have a baseball show that just started up. First episode aired last week, so check out kind of later in the week for those episodes. And we'll have monthly football episodes still in the football off season. So for whatever flavor of sport you like, we have a little something for everybody. But as long as basketball season is going strong, we will have this basketball show, which we know you all love.
Yep. All right. Thank you. And we will see you next time. Give us a 3-way pound, guys. 3-way fist bump.
Nice. We did it. Bye.